Hi, and welcome to the Gizmo Breaker Gaming channel. My name's Oscar, and I'll be your Gizmo Breaker today. Today we're going to be breaking the best dad cam for photographs. Uh, a lot of people would say phone is the best dad cam, which it's the best family all-around family cam. I will give it that. But for those who want better image quality for photo, or just to have a separate device to have the photos and not necessarily have them all on your phone, um, we're going to go through some recommendations and what I think is a top pick. All right, let's get into it. Alright, so the best dad cam that I didn't settle on, I discovered and decided on, is the Sony a5100. And that's for a lot of pros that this camera has. So first, when you turn on, it's quick to start, take a picture, major pro, because oftentimes moments happen quickly, so you don't have much time to react and even reach into your pocket. This is already hanging here. You can just flip it on or leave it on, and you just go up and snap a picture. The next major pro for me was one-handed operation, because this hand is usually busy carrying something. I'm a dad. I'm carrying something for my wife, my son, my mother-in-law, my brother-in-law, someone. I'm always carrying something for someone, except for that, maybe sometimes even for myself, on the rare occasion. And so this allows one hand holding, has a dedicated toggle switch right here, which is perfect to zoom in, zoom out, and I can snap a picture, and then I can have it in shutter, have it in automatic, I have it in shutter priority, full manual, whatever I'm in the mood for that day. And has a flash. So that's nice. That's a dedicated flash. The flash on your phone, camera phone, is okay for like selfies with two, maybe three people. But when you're with your family functions, parties, whatever, you get groups of people, and you need a bigger flash bulb. And your iPhone's not going to cut it. Um, Again, phones have come a long way, and they're a great go-to. It's better than nothing. It's better than a lot, actually. Not better than nothing, but it's better than a lot, and it's better than nothing as well. So, phone's a solid Plan B option always. But this, allows for larger groups to get into a photo, especially when those family parties go late into the evening. Um, and also has a flip-up screen, so you can be in the pictures with your family. And you go like that, and then again, it's a little troublesome, but you can still do a one-handed operation here with your thumb. Put your arm around your family, and then take a picture. So again, that one-handed operation, very big pro for me. And on the non-dad side, it is an interchangeable lens camera, so you can take off the lens, invest in some other lenses, maybe a prime lens, and just make it. You could also use it as a hobby. So that's a nice to have. Another pro is the sensor size and resolution. So it's an APS-C sensor size camera with 24 megapixel resolution, which is going to be plenty resolution for anything you'd want to print, especially for family pictures. Even if you want to get a larger print, 8 by 10, 11 by 14, up to probably 12 by 16, be a great resolution, to be able to print those size prints if you want. Hang them up around your house, or send them out to relatives and be obnoxious like that. One con that I've come across with this camera, and that's one thing I really like about the Canon, that is an honorable mention a little later in the video, is this this ring here, this rotating ring here, because this rotating ring also doubles as a D-pad, and every direction on the D-pad has a different function. So, if you're looking at it, to the right is ISO, up it changes your display, to the left changes your shooting mode, from single to timer to multiple shooting, or sports shots. I can't think words good right now. um, multi-shot is the word I'm looking for. And down has changes which changes your white balance or your shutter speed. Changes from your shutter speed to your aperture, so you can adjust those, and you adjust those with the wheel. Now the problem is when I'm going with the wheel, using the wheel to adjust something, sometimes I accidentally press the drive mode. So as I'm spinning it, I won't realize I press the drive mode, and I continue to spin it, and well, that also changes the drive mode. And for Mother's Day, or just before Mother's Day, I ended up in a bracketing mode of three pictures. It was I think it was bracketing for white balance, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, so it's just the con that I don't like about this camera, but I mean that's really the only con, and that's why this one went out on the best dad cam for me, and possibly for you too. So highly recommend this. It's a great camera. Now on to the honorable mentions, if you guys are curious. So second place we have the NX3N, and it is essentially identical in feature set to the A5100. The only reason, again, this is kind of minor nitpicking now between the two models. The only reason this lost out to the A5100 is because the grip on this is noticeably smaller. It's a little harder to hold. I don't know if you can see that there. And just the A5100 is much nicer to hold, easier to hold with that slightly large grip. It's not much bigger, but it does impact how easy it is to grip the camera. But other than that, it has the same feature set, flip up screen, same mount, same compact kit lens. That was another pro to the A5100 as well, or just Sony lenses in general. This kit lens is very compact, even compared to the EFM mount. As you can see, the kit lens on the mounts, there you go. This one is about a good inch taller, including the lens cap. So, not an insignificant difference. So this NX3N, or NEX3N, is good second place one, and comes in a lot cheaper than the A5100. So, definitely recommend this as well. Alright, now in third place, I would say that we have the Canon M200. So M200 has a flash, has a flip up screen, has somewhat one-hand operations. Pictures are great out of Canon. That's a subjective thing. My first camera was a Canon M50. I really like the pictures that come out of the Canon M line. So even the M200 and the M50, JPEGs come out great. And taking pictures of the family, oftentimes they're just gonna be JPEGs. So if you're looking more for picture quality, not quality, I don't even, just picture look and feel, like colors and yeah, it's hard to substantiate it, but I really like the way the pictures come out of Canon. Much better, not much better, but more so than the Sony. And that's completely subjective. It's personal preference. So yeah, so a lot of similar feature set. One major drawback is that the kit lens for the M200 or the M line of cameras with Canon are, you have to operate the camera with two hands. So and the kit lens itself has a little lock here. If you can see that, has a lock for you to twist and unlock, and then you can open, and then you can zoom in and out with two hands. Again, you gotta do it's a two-hand use. There's no power zoom on these. There's no power zoom options for Canon. But one thing I do like is that their dial here, their dial to adjust shutter speed or aperture, is dedicated dial up here, and then back here you do just have the D-pad and a button in the middle. So there's less of a danger of slipping into a different mode. That's my third place mention, because this is still compact, and if you can get away with it, which is a little difficult, because A kit lens does offer you a lot of flexibility in zooming in and out, but if you can go with this 22mm prime, and that makes this camera quite a bit smaller and a lot more potentially pocketable there. So but again, the drawback, and this is a great lens. This lens produces such beautiful picture. I think that's why I like this camera set a little bit more, or Canon a little bit more, because this one lens produces such great images. All the pictures I've taken with that lens, I've really liked. So again, you have this prime lens that makes it much more compact. Here you have, this is the A5100 with the kit lens, and as you can see, if I can put them here, it's almost the same thickness. A kit lens with the, let me take off the lens cap. Kit lens versus a prime lens, maybe like a 1/4 inch bigger there. So this is pretty compact. Body wise, it's comparable as well. Drawback on the M200 is that there's no grip, so it's a little harder to grip. You can buy a grip attachment, but again, that's a little harder to grip, more money to spend. A5100 comes out nice. No viewfinder on either of them, or that Nex 3N, but the screen on the back of the A5100 is better than the Nex 3N. It's brighter, so again, that's another reason this one went out over the Nex 3N. Okay, my last recommendation is going to be the Canon M50. This is the M50. You could do this one or the M50 Mark II. Pros are that it is still fairly compact, has a flippy screen, but again, that's a little more cumbersome than a you still take selfies like that one hand, but again, drawback is that this is still two-handed zooming lens, and it's not as simple as just flipping it up, unless you have this open on the back and you just flip it. You can have it facing out like that and just flip it out. That's not too bad. But again, kit lens is substantially thicker or longer than the Sony one. Not substantially, but significantly longer than the Sony one. But other than that, this is a great camera. I like this camera. I like the pictures it produces, as I just mentioned, and it's not that much bigger, so if you don't mind carrying this around, this is definitely not jacket pocket size, whereas this I have stuck in a jacket pocket. This is definitely more like hanging by your side, or you get like a belt clip to try to clip it on the side of your belt. But feels great holding it, taking pictures. Pictures come out great. I've already said that multiple times. Has that dedicated dial up here, and one really cool thing on this one is the usability, the user interface. You can do everything on the touchscreen here. Quick, very fast to change settings. Very, very fast compared to the Sony. So, but Sony, that one-handed operation with that toggle zoom with the power zoom lenses, and it's not just kit lens that's power zoom. They have a few power zoom lenses that you can pair with this. It just can't be beat for the usability as far as speed and being able to zoom in and out. So that is my number one pick, Sony A5100, and Canon M50 is third runner-up after the Nex 3N, Canon M200, and Canon M50. Even though I do like the Canon M50 a lot. This also does have a viewfinder, has a shoe mount, has a flash too. So again, a lot of pros on this one too, but ultimately A5100 is going to be the best dad cam for photographs. I'm going to be working on the best dad cam for video, because oftentimes you're taking video and you're out of the action, and I don't want to be out of the action. I want to be able to like stick it somewhere and be part of the group, be in the video, not just be taking the videos. That being said, this also does have decent video capabilities. It's a good video camera in a pinch. Can only do 1080p, can't do 4K, but still, good camera, good quality, great video quality out of this as well. Alright, so that'll do it for this video, and I hope you guys liked it. Catch you guys next time.